Hold on, let me okay. Let me go to my channel real quick. Gotta pull up my stream. There we go. Alright, see if the volume's working. Yeah, looks fine. Welcome back to Kraken Chat. I have actually a checklist for myself because I get sidetracked hell often in these and stuff, and then it just goes downhill, and then, you know. Here's the loadouts. Wisp. I think this is pretty basic. Actually, I can put on my, I got a lot of, dude, that new operation, I grinded the absolute hell out of it. For Energize. God, why do I just cough constantly while I'm recording? Skirapenta, got a form on it finally. Oh, wait. Actually, do I even want that higher? I feel like that's really nice. I don't know. Maybe I'll look into it, but that's the build. I don't even know if I want the max on that. It already has 100% status. Haiku, seen this before if you've been watching at all. And my Seti Lacera that I just got from the event. I also got this from the event. It's pretty nice. Let me pull back up my stream. Oh, there's Twitch drops? Oh, hell yeah. Dude, farming. Yeah, no, this is Seti Lacera. What's on currently? Rescue, spy, defense, exterminate, interception, exterminate. Spy. I'll just run multiple, I guess. Neo Fisher. Because I have a lot to talk about that's on my checklist. Okay, so. Change up of content. It's going more into also just yapping about some stuff. So, I've uninstalled a lot of games. I think I uninstalled 5 on my Xbox, 3 on my phone, total. So there will be a lot less diversified content unless I find new games that I genuinely enjoy.
Eliminate all Corpus threats.
Because, like, man, I just can't keep doing this, you know? Like, some of these games are extremely bad for my mental health. Like, I've been wanting to quit some of them for a while now, but I just couldn't bring myself to because of other people. Especially, that's like my main thing, is that I put myself through a lot more than I need to for the sake of others. And I can't just keep doing that anymore. Cause like, I don't know, it's just not good for my mental health. I don't really know how to get into it. Just know that a lot of the games I play are really bad for me mentally. This includes Master Duel as well. I was planning on uploading a little bit of Master Duel content, but the format is just so bad. Like, actually. Malice released unhit. You know, that's already bad enough. No sideboarding, so you're forced to main deck the Lancia to deal with it. So basically your Max C package expands. It's just overall pretty bad. Another game I'm quitting is Siege. I uninstalled that today. Because it's just, I just don't feel good while playing it anymore. It's one of those things that you just play with friends, but even if you're playing it with friends, you still feel like crap playing it. At least that's how I feel. Like, I just can't bring myself to do it anymore. So I'm sorry for any friends watching this that this disappoints, but I need to for my well-being. And I need to start putting myself first in some situations. This situation is one of them. I will keep on playing Warframe, so might move to more Warframe content. With friends or whatnot. Or yapping about new updates, operations, frames. I want to talk about the Valkyrie rework. Because I'm actually starting to like lighten up to it a little bit. But it still isn't the best, in my opinion.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
What is next? Hold on. My bad. Another one I'm quitting is, well, yeah, Master Duel. I'm pretty sure I'm on the fence about deleting 2 different games. I don't know what I want to do about them. Dead by Daylight, they're keeping me here because the pig. The pig is getting a buff, and I love the hell out of the pig. So
Mission complete.
I might play DVD
Excellent
for a
work, Tao.
little bit longer, even though I'm burnt out as hell from it. But it might be an interesting thing to just play every once in a while. Keep it to customs, you know, like I usually do. I don't play pubs on that game anymore. They're atrocious. I haven't even grinded Masquerade yet. Which I guess deleting all these games, you know, might give me some motivation too. But my game libraries have, by the way, my 10 game library. Because I'm on an original Xbox One, and, you know, games keep on increasing and increasing in size. Back in we go. So, also, I'm 18 now. Which is, I guess, kind of great, but it doesn't help me at all. Like, I graduated 18 and within 2 days, you know? So it's really hard to find a direction in life. And where I want to go with it, what I want to do for a living, what I can do to be able to do that for a living. I need to get a driver's license. I need to find a college if I do want to do college, but I'm looking at med school currently.
All corpus threats.
I've given myself kind of a reprieve since I am taking a trip to Europe when I'm 18. Well, not when I'm 18. I am 18. I have been for a while, since June. But, you know, for my 18th birthday. So that means also no uploads for 2 to 3 weeks. But I mean, my upload schedule is already erratic enough to. I don't think y'all will care.
Finish your mission and we'll take
I
a
mean,
look
for real.
inside.
Like, who even watches these? And so I just feel kind of directionless, I guess, in life right now. Something I have to figure out on my own. I can't really get help with it or anything. Still no therapist, by the way, on the topic of helping. you gotta love America's medical system. I want to move out of here so bad. Like genuinely. Just get out of America. I think that's like one of the best decisions I can make. Also considering just how I am. And stuff, I think this is one of the best decisions. But that's also a big step, and also I need to get my life sorted out in the first place, anyway. So, you know, that's not an option right now. I wish it was. But, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do for any of that. Why is my shield decreasing? Okay, once again, getting sidetracked. Well, more so zoning out, but, you know. You know, just days also keep on just getting slower and slower. Anyone else feel like that sometimes? The days just get slowed and slowed and slowed. Like to the point where you can't stand them anymore. You just kind of spiral down. It's like, days are getting harder and harder to live, you know? As time gets slower and slower. People always say, you know, your teenage years go by the fastest. I think that's complete BS. Like, genuinely. It gets slower and slower. And then watch, as soon as turn like 40, it's gonna skyrocket. Or something stupid. You know, I'm still getting that feeling, like I'm just washing everything I touch as well. And it really doesn't help with morale. My morale is at an all-time, like not an all-time low, but pretty low currently. It has been for a while, but playing these games and stuff, you know, that makes me feel this way. It's just not worth it. And it's just not helping. Nothing's really helping, but I'm just trying to make it so that there's a minimal amount of things that worsen. You know? I hope that makes sense. So there's a lot to think about, especially with channel direction.
Another job well executed.
Especially because you know, all this stuff and one second, I'm crossing stuff off the checklist. I'm also a little bit out of it right now. You know, just life ain't the same anymore. It just keeps on getting slower, slower, and more excruciating. Another thing is loneliness. Because, like, where is anybody? You know? Like, I don't see people anymore. I've started going to a D&D thing every Sunday. It's really nice for my mental. Yeah, I know, D&D, you're a nerd, or Satanic Panic, or whatever, blah, blah. Whatever stupid stuff you want to come up with. I enjoy it. Screw you. I find that a nice way of escapism. What I really need is more escapism in my life. Because video games aren't providing it anymore. So it's just excruciating. You know, and at the same time with this whole loneliness thing, I'm gonna be honest, and I don't care if any of my friends watch this. I wish it was easier to cut ties with people and just distance yourself from others. But with how I built my friendships and built my relationships with people, it is super hard to distance yourself from one person specifically. Because all my friends are friends of friends, or have known each other to the point, like for so long, to the point where they're friends themselves, becoming friends of friends. And it makes it very, very hard to distance problematic people out of your life. Because if you distance yourself from one person, then another person is going to come knocking and be like, oh, why did you block so-and-so? Why did you remove so-and-so from your server? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? I wish I just built my friends in a way that I didn't have to deal with any of that. 'Cause I genuinely feel like I need to have another mass culling of people I talk to online, even more than I already do and have. But the issue is that people overlap, you know? And it makes it very, like, frustrating to do so. I forgot that that's that. Like, there's just some people, especially with, like, if they're mixed in with, like, IRL friends and stuff. To be fair, I don't talk to any of my IRL friends anymore. Because, you know, school's out, whatnot. I'm out of school, I'm graduated. Like, occasionally I'll talk to them, like, online, so I guess it might be easier to cut ties, but then once again, everybody is just so interworked and interlocked. Due to how I got friends, you know? It was just friends of friends is how I've built everything. And it makes it... And I don't really have any, like, separate people, you know? Like, people that I've kept separate from other people. And I'm starting to realize that it's kind of screwed me, in a way. It's like, I can't physically I can't cut ties with specific people without cutting off people that I don't want to cut ties with. And that is my biggest mistake when making friends. So if, like, you have time to save yourself and you're watching this, don't lump all of your friends together. Always have a fallback. Or fallback group, or a second group even. Do not take all your friends to one place. Do not have every single one of your friends know each other. Do not have all your friends be friends of each other. It is the worst decision you can make when making friends. Because you end up screwing yourself in the long run. Because if one person goes problematic, you have to hack off 6. and it's very infuriating. To have to try and micromanage and figure out all these different things. I don't care that I sound like a freaking psychopath or a sociopath or whatever path you want. It's just the truth. Don't put everything in one basket in life. This applies to a lot of different things, but I'm learning it in friend building right now, and just social life in general. Because there's some people I definitely do want to get just distance, but now I can't. And I didn't realize this before all of this, but now it's screwing me over. Very hard. I need some soda. Hold on. How about if you're drinking? You know, and I wish if I had one thing, well, two things, a second thing. There's one that I don't wish to share, but if there was something else that I could have done different, it was make friends in different ways.
It can be tough as a kid. All sorts of people have it over you.
Because it's screwing me hardcore. Same thing with just restart, like, because I've also thought multiple times about cutting ties with every single person I know. Seeing how tranquil life would be. You know, all this stuff. Just all this interpersonal drama. People acting stupid, getting blamed for it. People this, people that aren't yourself. It could really all be solved by just not interacting with people. Yeah. And I hate that I think of that philosophy. Because it's not a philosophy that as a human you are supposed to think about. Because once you start thinking about that philosophy, you get more and more urge to act on it. And it is a very self-destructive philosophy. 99% of the time. You know, when you're late in life, and you cut ties with every single person that you know, that you've known for years, you will never be able to make friends like that again.
You have collected enough reactant to open.
And I'm fully aware of that. You know. If you cut ties with every single person, you're never gonna see that person again. Or meet people from that person again. So it completely like stunts your social life. You know? Permanently. So now I have to kinda ride and die. Just crash course myself into oblivion. Because I made wrong decisions when I was younger. And this is my only way. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Cutting ties with every single person would be stupid. Cutting ties with one person means I'd have to cut ties with a lot of people. Due to backlash, people saying, oh, this isn't right. Why'd you do that? You know, just stupid stuff like that. You know, petty interhuman stuff. Interperson, whatever you want to call it. Just ton of drama. And even then, you know, sometimes problematic people can just be even more problematic once you block them, or do whatever you want to get rid of them. I'm not suggesting murder, I'm not suggesting murder. When I say get rid of them. But, like, just after cutting them out of your life, or quote unquote cutting them out of your life, they can end up being more problematic than if you just let them be there and just try to interact as little as possible. That's kind of what I'm gonna start doing. That might be what I start
You have
doing.
broken their ranks and they
Just
are on the run. Another successful
interacting
mission.
as little as
Find
possible.
extraction.
Because it's genuinely worth it. It's not worth it to interact with some people. You know? Like, some people are just horribly problematic in your life.
Another job
Sometimes
well
you
executed.
make your web in a way that you can't get rid of them. And it's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I started weaning myself off of candy recently. Blow through like half a pack of gum to a whole pack of gum a day. It's the downside. You know, and also, cutting ties with a lot of people won't help my point about how lonely life actually is, in grand retrospect. No matter how many friends, how many people, you will still feel lonely
With the
sometimes.
impossible behind you, all that remains is what is necessary.
Maybe, Nora. When it becomes impossible to cut ties with someone, then they turn problematic in your life. It's very, very difficult to do anything properly because it creates this illusion of sides with other people. It's an us versus them mentality that it creates, and it'll end up tearing your life apart. In short, I mean, I wish I could cut ties with some people, but can't. Because those people know other people,
Eliminate
and you
all
don't want
purpose
them gone.
threats.
You know, I have a feeling that one of these days, I'm gonna snap and just undo literally everything I've said this entire past 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I just cut ties with everyone. Start over, whatever. Who cares? Life was screwed anyway. Whether
The relic has
yes
been
or
cracked
no,
open. Finish your mission to find out what's
with
inside.
problematic people. Might title this episode Isolationism, since I've spent such a long time talking about this. That might be a nice title. It's like, no matter how much you have in reality, all it takes is one slip to drop all of it. No matter how much in your hands. One slip, you could drop all of it. Sometimes you can just choose to set it down. Walk away. Maybe take a scrap or two if you want, but you know it won't be nearly as much as you had before. That's kind of the beauty of it. Because everything you have will never be the same twice. Once it's changed. Because once you start linking strings to all these items in your palms, eventually you gotta set some stuff down along with another thing. Because you cannot break that string. If you can break the string, that's a great thing, but it does not happen often, in my experience. And it's unfortunate. I don't know what else to say here. It's just unfortunate.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
You know, life is unfortunate. Life is unfortunate. And you're forced to live it. Forced to do things that you don't wish to do. Free will is you know, there's a amazing quote I like to always quote. Free will is a myth. Religion is a joke. They're all pawns in something greater. Said by Monsoon. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. And Jesus Christ, does it hit home, doesn't it? Especially, like, if you look at life how I do. Free will is a myth. It really is. We all just get this illusion of choice. You know, with that stupid cow meme. Nothing we do matters because the universe already decided it beforehand. We're just putting into motion. We really are all just doing that. I know I look at life in a very odd way, but every crazy man has some truth in their words. Every crazy man. There's always a pattern in chaos. You just have to wait long enough to see it. To just not have this be an hour of me existential crisising. Well, to be fair, I've been existential crisis for years. Like, this isn't new. This is a new speech for me. In reality, you know me for long enough. You know that I think of life in a very, very odd way, and how people and things in the universe works. That's just how I think, you know? Every person thinks a little bit different. And if you think I sound like a loon, normalcy is something that only you can define. What the hell? I have not seen that. You know, in reality, everything is defined by a person, actually. Well, at least these words that we speak. Everything I'm saying right now is defined by a person. Maybe I should stop schizo ranting before I start talking about my Red Sea theory. How the Earth is a dodecahedron. One's my favorite. Flat Earthers are idiots, by the way. Or Flat Earther do not interact. DNI Flat Earthers. Sounds about right for a DNI. One of those stupid ones.
Broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
DNI Flat Earthers. You know, even despite the serious topic, I can still crack myself up sometimes. I eat protein there. I already have one, but that's ducats. So there's some last thing I want to talk about, but in my orbiter, since I don't know if it'll take up the whole mission. Actually, no, it was only 3 minutes. Oh, dude. Yeah, no, we can totally talk about it. Existentialism talk aside, I made like a new group of friends and stuff, I'm pretty sure a while ago. I don't think I ever spoke about it, but they're nice, you know. Met them in unconventional places, but they're good people, you know. And I've been enjoying talking to them, whatnot. Any without formulas? I guess not. You know, there's good people to talk to, especially in stuff about this and whatnot. I've opened up to them a lot faster than I usually open up to people, which I think is a good sign that I am finally growing attached to some people, which I haven't in a very long time. I will on. Like, truly attached. What I'm attached to is my life, not people, but sometimes not keeping people around ruins your life. So therefore you need to keep people around, even if you don't want to. God, always back to existentialism. This is a very grim episode. Jesus Christ. I need to get Prime Firestorm, by the way. Off topic. I think Prime Firestorm would be funny as hell with this thing. Think.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish
Yeah, no,
your
I've been
mission
enjoying
and take a
talking to
look
them.
inside.
If any of them are watching this for some reason, I mean, you probably know who you are. I've met you all, like an 8-person group within the past 2 months, I'm pretty sure. So you should know who you are, right? I mean, I don't know why you'd be watching my channel. I don't even have you on the server for my channel or its announcements or any of that, but here you are. Welcome, welcome. You know, they're a lot more lax than my usual people I surround myself with, which might be why I open up to them a lot more often, and a lot more than I usually do, a lot swifter. To be fair, since they're completely isolated from my usual, you know, people that I speak to, there's no consequence in telling them that. Because I have no friends of friends outside of that group. No built anything outside of that group. So in reality, if I ditched, nothing to be said, nothing to be done, no harm done, you're no evil, whatnot. It's a nice little experiment, I guess, or direction I might see myself into. I kind of do want to I have a lot of decisions to make regarding people in the next while, probably next month or so. No, not even a month. Give myself like 2 weeks to make decisions about people.
You have broken
Because some
the
people
ranks
I
of the Allied
genuinely
Line.
just don't see
Another successful mission.
worthwhile keeping
Find
around,
extraction.
but I keep them around anyway. Why? I don't know. That is a good question.
Another job well executed.
I just wish it was a lot easier to isolate people from each other after you've built such a complex group of friends. Especially with some stuff I have going on as well, I have to account for all of that as well on the keep or dip whole deal. Oh, it is 5 o'clock.
It can be tough as a kid. All sorts of people have it over you. People will kill you inside. Kill you and forget your name. You grow up. They grow old. You remember.
Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, message pretty clear for this 40-minute recording. 1 second. Alright. Yeah, no, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Shall we add a poster to this? Absolute mess.
Everything in orders, operator?
Nice.
Is that a pun?
I'm gonna put on the wall
Fault.
some of these. Some silly red squares. I do enjoy silly red squares. Do you like silly red squares? Yeah, no, so expect less content diversity for a while until I find something that I actually want to record. Because as it stands, I'm not doing the best on what games to play that I will enjoy, as well as I guess you all will enjoy, but I don't care what you all think. You know, I do this YouTube channel for my mental health, not for anyone else. Or I guess also this Twitch just makes me comforted, I suppose. Where is... Um, yeah, no, I think that'll be it for this one, I guess. 45-minute video, just yapping. I think that's pretty good, for considering how long it's been since I've done these. My bad for going so deep into things today, but that's what are. Also, yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. Actually, that's horribly off script, I guess, considering. Just take, just take care better than I do. All right, y'all. For me.